What's up guys, welcome to today's video. My name is ShilohCarz and I thought I must do something a little bit different. I'm always producing videos on car reviews and giving you guys car buyers advice, car knowledge and all that kind of stuff. I think I've said the word car too many times in this intro, but anyway, today as the person who makes these kind of videos, I am going to be sharing the car that I drive on a daily, sharing everything that's wrong with this current car, sharing how I manage these issues. And if you stay until the end of the video, I am going to tell you about my very first car, the reason why I chose it, how much it cost, and what happened to it, the reason why I don't have it anymore. Without further ado, make sure you click that subscribe button. My name is ShilohCarz and let's get into this video. So, without wasting too much time, let's start at the very front. As you can already see, if you're someone who pays attention to detail, you can see that there's a slight gap in this bumper. There's something wrong with the bumper itself. There's a bracket that's broken on the inside. I've removed this bumper a couple of times before and I noticed that the bracket was broken. That's why this bumper doesn't really go back into place, but that's not something that's really a big issue for me because I can sort it out, like, in my free time when I want to do it. Eventually, that's going to be sometime soon. And then let's go onto the light. I've made a lot of reels on my Instagram and posted even on my TikTok, maybe on my YouTube shorts if you've seen them, about these HID bulbs and these Audis. In fact, the video that I watched to replace these lights was actually on a VW. That was the only video that I found that could help me change these headlight bulbs. Now, I did it on the right one, but I couldn't quite do it on the left one. Now, I'm not quite sure why this one is not working. I changed the ballast, I checked the fuses, I checked the wiring, it's getting power, and this LED strip goes on. I'm not quite sure what exactly the issue is. If anyone knows, if anyone's a mechanic, please let me know. I'm not Matt Armstrong and I really don't have time for this anymore. So if you look inside the hood over here on this plastic is quite loose. I don't know what is this, like the intake, but this plastic that's connected to this intake is quite loose and I think it affects a few things. I'm not sure what exactly it affects, but it definitely affects something. There's something definitely wrong with the PCV, I think that's what it's called, because every time I switch on my car, especially on the colder days, the EPC light comes on and the car idles rough. So usually when it's a cold start, then I kind of have to wait about 10-20 minutes for the car to really warm up and then I can drive it more comfortably. If you pay attention, you can already see that the headliner is falling. I've already made a couple of videos on this, but I don't think it's something that I'm probably going to be attending to anytime soon because it doesn't really affect the way the car drives, so I'm not too bothered to get it fixed. The other thing cosmetically is that the seats are starting to rip a little bit, especially the driver's seat, because, well, it's the one that gets used the most. I think if I take it to an upholstery shop, it should be like $50, so there shouldn't be an issue there. So this sunroof literally just got stuck one morning as I was trying to close it for no reason. I'm thinking it's something that's got to do with the module, like the computer module for the sunroof, because these German cars always have computer modules for like literally everything. So I'm thinking it's probably that, like the board, like the logic board in the like the computer for the sunroof. I think that's what it's called. So I'm definitely yet to check that out. I don't think it's anything mechanical with the sunroof because before it died, it was still moving smoothly. So if it was something mechanical, I probably would have been able to force it to close, or it probably, would have started going a little bit slower, which was not the case. So I'm almost certain that it's not that. And all the fuses are okay. Like I said, I checked them when I was trying it out for the lights. Now, the reason why I haven't really attended to all these issues is because they don't affect the way the car drives. Especially as a student, I don't want to invest too much money into fixing the small issues in this car. I've got to that point where I know what issues on the car affect the way it drives and what issues don't affect the way it drives. So now I'm going to speak about my very first car. It was a red Nissan Versa. a 2009 red Nissan Versa. Now I got that car for 1400, which is relatively cheap today for that car in the condition that it was in. I never had to make any repairs on that car except this one time when my friend forgot to close the fuel cap, and the fuel was going down rapidly until I needed to refuel again, and then I noticed that the fuel cap was not on. That's the only thing I genuinely had to get for that car. The car was genuinely bulletproof for the abuse that I was putting it through. And so now you may be wondering what happened to that car, why I don't have it anymore. On I-95 going north, coming from my friend's house, I literally, that stop-start traffic here in Miami, someone rear-ended me and I went and crashed into someone else who was in front of me. But the car you're seeing in the video right now is the current state of that red Nissan. When I look at the Reddit forum for Nissan Versas, not many people encounter issues with that car if you genuinely just do the basics, of which there are not many basics to do on that car. So that's what happened to my first car. Was it a good car? It was a decent car. It did the job. I can't complain. It got me from point A to point B. It looked decent. It's not ugly, but it's not nice. It drives dull, but it still does what you need it to do, which is the most important thing. I obviously love my second car more than I love my first car. I've already made a full review on this 2015 Audi A3. So if you go watch that video, you'll probably realize why I bought this car. So if there are any more cars that you guys want to see me review or that you guys want to know more about, make sure you type that in the comment section. If you have any more questions about how I continue to take care of my cars, what tips and tricks you may need to know to take care of your car, make sure you type that in the comment section. Follow my Instagram, follow my TikTok, subscribe yet again. My name is ShilohCarz. Thank you for watching this really short video, but anyway, I appreciate you. Thank you for staying until the end. Until next time, I will see you in the next video. That's it.